finally got dressed and stepped outside. It's up to 32 degrees, so it's warming up anyway. Let's see. It's the remains of my fire pit, what I burnt last night, making that rather large dinner. And there's Jack. A few things we got to knock down, but I didn't set up too much outside, so it shouldn't take me too long. I'm wondering what that big antenna is there. That's actually an HF ham radio antenna. HF being the high frequencies or shortwave bands. For those not familiar with ham radio, we'll have an upcoming video at some point. I know people have asked me about that for doing a topic on ham radio. But we'll do that at some point. Let's see. I haven't actually made this trek down here to see the water from here. Snow's melted down a bit here, so it's a little less cold. It's more of a crunchy snow now. Down here, say hi to the water. Then we got to start getting packed up and almost tripped. Got to start getting packed up and getting ready to go home. Oh, so sad. Last trip of the year here. Last trip of the camping season. And it's going to be the last trip in a few months now before I get to do any camping inside of Jack again. Well, the water's flowing good. It's flowing real good here. See if I can get you guys a better view of it. I ain't climbing down there. This is why I like this particular campsite here at the campground so much. Just close enough that I can pick up the cell signal, though it's kind of weak over here. But not even 200 feet from the river here, so I can listen to that pretty easily from inside the van. Though with all the new insulation I've added to the van, I don't hear it as nearly as well inside, which I suppose in some ways is a good thing, because it's a lot quieter in the van now. It is definitely noticeably quieter in there. Oh well. Time to get ready to head home. Like I said, I'm kind of sad because this is my last trip for a while. And I love these adventures, and these things are actually, these trips are really good for me. It's nice to get out and disconnect for a couple of days. It really is a good thing for me. Improves my mood considerably and very helpful. So the fact that I'm not going to be doing this sort of thing for well over a month now, kind of depressing. But anyway, we got to get things packed up. We got to get going. Checkout is at noon time, and it's already 10 o'clock, so shouldn't take me too long to pack things up, though. And you see what I just spotted on my van here. Come up here, and look around here. There's a crab apple right there. That came from an apple tree, a crab apple tree, in my yard. And it's been on the van all the way up here. Let's see if we can get it all the way back home too then. Oh, that's funny. Frozen apple. Anybody want an apple sickle? Setting up this water tank inside the van was probably one of the best ideas I had done. Because just being able to sit inside where it's warm and wash my dishes and things like that. Yeah, it was a little cramped in space. That'll get better as I design my proper cabinets, but this worked out really well, so I'm glad I thought of doing that. As it was just too cold to stand outside and wash dishes, so that was a huge improvement to the setup. So unfortunately though, I can't stay there because it's got too much weight and it's too high up, so it's going to go back into the back of the van where it belongs. So that's the next thing we got to work on. So let's close the valve up. We're also going to find out how much water we actually used in this trip here. Yeah, every space is storage space in this van. Let's see here, how are we doing? 32 outside still. 63 in the van, at least up high anyway. Down low it gets colder. But a lot of that's because I got to keep the window open over here when I'm running the portable buddy, because otherwise obviously I set off the carbon monoxide detector. So part of that's that. So it's cold, and I'm running the heater there. Cold is kind of flowing in from the window and going down towards the floor. So all the heat from the heat is rising up. So it's 70 to 80 degrees up here and 50 degrees down there. It's kind of kind of interesting. But so I just stay curled up on the bed when I'm doing that instead, and I'll stay nice and warm. Anyway, let's see. Let's find out how much water I actually used here. Flashlight. Where's the flashlight? Yeah, lost all my flashlights. I don't know. This will work. Up there. Yeah, I didn't use much water at all on this trip. Probably about three or 4 gallons. That was it. Not bad. Getting pretty good at the water conservation thing. So 14 gallons of water. That'll get me going for quite a while, so it's not going to be a problem. All right, let's get this moved into the... Just fit like this. Alright, a little after 11. We're going to take one more walk around the campground loop here. I got to drop off some trash and recycling. Get to see how occupied the place is at this point in time. Looks like it's quieted down, but there's still quite a few people here. So, take a little walk, and it's time to head home. Last trip of the year. Bummer. At least I got to end it on a high note with lots of snow. Well, not lots, but we got some snow on the ground. That's good. Something nice about this place is they have both trash and recycling. Most campgrounds don't have an option for recycling in them, so. I will say one thing, that sun sure feels nice. First time the sun's been out in this entire trip here. It's been overcast most of the time. Pretty magical when I was hiking in the woods yesterday though and the snow was falling, but nothing like having some warm sunshine at the end of it all. Anyway. Time to say goodbye to the site here, I guess. Everything's packed up. Well, last look around, make sure I didn't miss anything. All quiet. Got the weather station in the van already. Got the stool even in the van. Not thrilled with that icicle hanging off the back end of it here. This spot's gonna need some work. Got all that rust there. Ugh, yuck. That's it. Looks like I got everything. I don't see anything sitting around. So it's that sad moment. Get the windows cleared though, because I'm not going to be able to see where I'm going. Oh boy. Well, that's it. We're back in the van. I wiped the windows down with a towel so I can see where I'm going. Time to say goodbye to my last trip of the season. Darn. I enjoy these trips too much. People don't understand here why I like just heading out into the woods by myself, but it's what I like to do. It's just good to disconnect for a few days. I don't have to do anything. I can just come to the campsite, relax, and just sit around at the campsite for a couple of days. I'd be fine with that. I don't even have to hike or anything. It's just nice to just disconnect from the world for a couple of days, that's all. But probably another couple months before I get to do it again. Anyway, let's get moving.